God. Right then, let's get into this finale. We've got a full quali first before our 100% race. There will be a few distractions or, you know, pauses along the way because it's such a long thing to do a full quali and 100% race. Sorry for the background noises as well, the sirens. I have no clue what is going on. There we go. They should have gone now. Never mind. There's more. Right, so we're going to go out on the intermediate because obviously we've got to play tactical here with our tyres for the race and, you know, our strategy because it's such a long session in the race, so we've probably got to do like 2 stops. So we will... no, forgot to put our setup on. That was almost a disaster. So we'll go ahead and put that on first. I think that was the better one, to be fair, but that one's better in the race. So I'm gonna do... I don't know which one to do. We're gonna put on this one. I think. I don't know. I really don't know. We'll put it on. We may as well. Right then. Let's go out on these inters. Have to be careful to not bin it. Uh-oh. It's raining. That's our first distraction. Gotta go and get the washing in, so I will be right back as soon as I can when it pauses. Achoo! Right, be right back. So the typical British weather has already made us stall about 5 minutes into this stream itself, so that's great. Yeah, as I was saying, there will be multiple disturbances going on during this because it's such a long qualifying and it's such a long race as well. Like, it's just impossible for me to do it all the way through without any mishaps happening. But finding it difficult to get out of the way there a little bit of the other guys. Of course, this is the first full quali that I've done in this career mode. So we're going to have a lot of track evolution. We're helping that by going out on the inters to start with. And it also helps us play it strategically as well. We're saving as much tyres as possible. I'm really surprised though this season that Lawson still hasn't scored any points in that Aston Martin, because he was doing a great job in the Williams, and then he's just massively fell off in the Aston Martin, even though it's a better car than Williams. But yeah, as I was saying yesterday, definitely the wrong choice for Aston Martin to kick Vesti out of F1. And even Williams to not sign him really. So as we prepare for the lap, now going into the last proper braking zone of this track, the last few corners, and we come round to start our lap, which isn't going to be a proper lap, of course. We are on the intermediates to try and rubber it in. To not waste too many tyres. But it could be very interesting, this quali session, because who knows, we could get a few quicker drivers, because one shot quali, you know, drivers make mistakes, and it's not really been representative of the R&D performances that we've seen, so maybe we could actually get a good quali for once. And maybe other drivers can shock us and get through into Q3 like the F1.5s. I'm pretty sure that that's Leclerc behind us, who's on the natural lap. Look at that, already topping out at 218. It's not going any quicker, which is stupid. Really stupid. We are going to go again just to waste a bit more time. Leclerc's on the lap behind us. We do need to move out the way.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Actually thinking about it, probably best that we go into the pits. I kind of want to not wear my engine out too much, so it's best if we just go into the pits and wait this one out. Norris, surprisingly, only 12th position, so I don't know whether he's got a mistake on his lap or something, or maybe he's taking grid penalties in the race, because the AI tend to do that. They tend to be a lot slower if they're taking grid penalties in the race. So yeah, quite interesting. We'll see what happens with that later on into Q1, to see if he gets into Q2. But yeah, it's very surprising, to be fair. I thought that he would have pushed and you know, gone up there straight away, but if he was pushing, then he's done quite a bad lap, or he's made a mistake on it.
We can take you this lap.
Back into the pits we go. We won't be going out until near the end of qualifying now. That way then we can get the best of the track conditions. Oh, and would you look at that? It's sunny outside in real life. The British weather strikes once again, being as unpredictable as ever. So currently, Piastri is the quickest, then it's Pourchaire, then Verstappen, Zhou, Gasly, Leclerc, Tsunoda. Russell has got himself up into 8th place, ahead of both works Ferraris, and he's in an Alfa Romeo. Novalak is in 10th, and you know, everyone has put in a lap, so already looking quite interesting, to be fair. We've got Sainz below an Alfa Romeo, we've got Norris who's being knocked out currently of qualifying. He seemed to have a really bad sector 1, look at that. Not even in the 43s or the 42s, he's the only one in the 44s, so obviously a mistake. It looked like he really pushed in the second sector though to be in the 24s, because I'm pretty sure he's the only one. No, he's not. Take that back, but he's one of the few that are in the 24s. So yeah, just a mistake then, it seems, for Lando. So we'll see what he actually cooks up in the final laps. But yeah, already pretty interesting, this quali session. Hello to the people in the stream, welcome. If you weren't here yesterday, we're doing a full qualifying and 100% race around Vegas for our finale of this career mode. So it's going to be a good one. I was saying at the start of the stream, there is going to be a few distractions because it's such a long thing to do, the full quali and the full race. So you just can't guarantee that I'm going to be sat here this whole time, like, you know what I mean. You haven't really missed anything. We've just got into the start of Q1. Russell is going quicker than both works Ferraris. He's in the top 8. Novalak has got himself into the top 10 as well. Lando has made a mistake through the first sector, which has caused him to be in 18th. We've only done a lap on the Inters to try and strategically save our tyres and to put a bit of rubber down on the track to like quicken up the track evolution. But yeah, not much. You haven't really missed much. It's just started, so yeah, we will accelerate time instead of just sitting here. I'm quite used to league races and having to actually wait, but I know that there's a glitch where if you accelerate time while someone's on a lap, then they'll go quicker than what they actually do. So we're going to stop there, because we don't Russell's already high enough for an Alfa Romeo, and we are going to go out on track just in case we want to go for a second lap and we can improve maybe. We've got the fuel for it. We've overfueled by 4.1, I'm pretty sure that is. And yeah, first proper lap of our qualifying session it will be. So then, just usually Vegas is quite a cool track, as we all know from real life. Quite cold at this time, and so we've got to try and make sure our tyre temps are optimal. Not too hot, not too cold as well, because otherwise we'll be skating all over the place either way. Oops, that was a mistake. Wasn't concentrating, too busy looking at the temperatures, but they have got up to optimal about now. We'd like them just a little bit warmer though, because we don't want them to be on the cooler side. Hopefully we don't get too much traffic getting in our way, but at least we'll have time to do another lap if we do run into any traffic and they don't seem to get out of the way. So here we go then.
Okay, there's 2 minutes left in this session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick lap or that's qualifying over for us.
Very off-putting mark. Nice exit onto the strip there. It's a shame that we can only go 218 down this straight. Feels like we should be going a lot more quicker, but that's just the game. I think we're gonna have to go again. This won't be quick enough. It really won't be. God. I think that we are through anyway, but I'm just going to complete the lap anyway, just to be safe. There's still people completing the laps, so yeah, Norris has gone quickest. We're in the drop zone now, so we need to make these last few corners count. Which we have done. Found a couple of tenths from that, which is good. It should move us out of this drop zone. Shortest run to the line, and I'm pretty sure we went... Where did we go? 10th. But that's alright. That's alright. So obviously we'll see the running order. And who's out of Q1. So obviously Lando going quickest there. Not making a mistake through any of the sectors this time. So we've got both AlphaTauris out, as usual. Both Aston Martins, though, which isn't usual in terms of their qualifying positions. They're usually just on the outskirts of the top 10. and then Stroll in the Alfa Romeo has been knocked out. We've got both Hasses, both Williams, and an Alfa Romeo through, and then the top 10 is usual. So yeah, quite normal, I'd say, for in terms of qualifying positions. But into Q2 we could have anything happen in Q2, to be fair. Someone could muck up their final laps. So yeah, we'll see. Because we won't need the intermediates again, we're just gonna really do the same as what we did at the start of Q1 anyway.
Let's get it out there.
We may as well. Save as much tyres as possible. Lay some extra rubber down on the track too. And luckily we can go for like 2 flying laps in a row, because the ERS, it doesn't wear out enough. Like at the end of that first lap I noticed, because I was quite worried about the ERS level actually. I looked at it just before I started that final lap, and it was at 74%, so at least I know that I can go for 2 in a row, which is good to know. Just in case we muck up our first lap, we don't have to do too much saving of the ERS, and obviously the fuel as well. Fuel doesn't go down too quickly. We're going to try and let everyone through, so we don't want to mess up their laps while we're out here on the inters. But I know that we can go quicker. One of the reasons we can't help, and that's going down this straight. We can't go faster than 218 miles per hour, which is very stupid for a fully upgraded car, as I mentioned a few times yesterday and already in this stream. But yeah, I know that that's one of the reasons why we can't go as quick as what other people were. Just trying to concentrate so then I don't bin it into the wall and screw up our qualifying. But look at that, like how quickly, if you look the next time that we go down the straight, how quickly it goes up to 218 miles per hour and then it just stops there. But definitely needs to be a 9th gear, I think. Here we go. If you watch how quickly it goes up. Here we go. Now that should at least be going up to 226, I think. And if there was a 9th gear, then it would have gone quicker. It would have gone like 230 odd miles per hour, but unfortunately the game hasn't got that as an upgrade, so can't do that. Got Gasly right behind us, whoops. We cross the line at the same time. Sort of reminiscent of RERL with myself and Logan. We are going to stop this lap. don't want too much wear on the engine. As much as we need to rubber down this track so we can get as much grip as we can. You know, it's not worth the engine wear. And I don't think that Russell's on a lap. No, he's not. So luckily we haven't impeded someone there.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
I feel like the top 10 shootout is going to be the same top 10 as what it usually is. The actual F1 cars and not the F1.5s. I don't think that there's going to be a surprise Q3 appearance for anyone, which is a shame. It's just that development hasn't been some of the team's strongest point this season after the regulation change. Right, let's make sure that we change back onto the dry tyres, because we don't want to go out for our final run. Wow. So let's see who's next to cross the line. I think it will be Porsche. And then Sainz straight away afterwards. Goes 4th. Sainz goes 1st. So yeah, at the moment, Djokovic is the surprise Q3, well, provisional Q3 at the moment. Unfortunately for us, you know, we've got both Ferraris up there. You know, they've won the Constructors already, but luckily it's Sainz ahead of Lando. Sainz hasn't anything to lose. But yeah, it's just, this is a nightmare. This is really a nightmare, because look at us in that final sector, and yet Tsunoda is getting a 21.4 in that final sector because of the straight. So I don't know why this is happening. I really don't. I don't get how my teammate can go faster than 218 miles per hour, yet I can't. I mean, it's not even the setup. If you take a look at this setup, 9-7 wings, you'd usually go quicker with less wings. And obviously, the AI, they don't have certain setups. I really hope that this is improved for F1 24. I really do, because that is just so unfair. You know, I'm probably the only one other than Sargent to be in the 22s in that final sector. Even my teammate is only 0.2 off the fastest final sector. So yeah, I'm baffled by it. I don't know how they can make a game like this, and you know, no one's noticed it really, otherwise it would have been patched by now. But yeah, very weird one. I mean, also, it is sort of because I'm on the intermediates, I did kind of forget that. But look at that. In that middle sector, I am only... I am in the 25s, which is good. It's not far off. But I'm nearly 9/10 slower than Tsunoda. So, yeah. Isn't the end of the strip straight actually sector 2, the end of sector 2? I don't actually know. I'm not used to Vegas too much. We're 12th in the speed trap, and that just shows it there. Um, you see, it doesn't say where the sectors end on this track map, and that's what they could also add, is where the sectors end. I know that the end of sector 1 is just after the sphere, so yeah, it would be at the end of the straight, or like halfway down the straight. But yeah, while I've been waffling on, we've actually got down to 5 minutes. We're going to accelerate a little bit more. We're going to go out at the same time as what we did in Q1.
Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
So then we've got 2 laps in, 2 chances to get through into Q3. Not that we'll be able to do anything in Q3, because yeah, it's going to be an impossible. If we're getting P10 in Q1, if we get P10 in Q2, you know, it's going to be P10 for Q3 as well. But yeah, the 2 Williams and the Alfa Romeo of Russell have shown quite good pace so far. So maybe they could deny us of a Q3. That would be mega embarrassing for us, and it wouldn't be helpful at all for our championship battle. 14 points ahead of Lando. We've got that safety buffer, but all he needs to do is finish P3 and us outside of the points, and he's got the championship by 1 point. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Currently we are outside of the points and he's in P2, so he's more than got the championship. But yeah, we've got to try and do everything. Qualifying isn't our strong suit, but the race is. So yeah, here we go for our final, maybe couple of laps of this session. Let's make it a good one.
Remaining in the session. We need a good lap here or we're out of qualifying. Come on.
Must have hit the wall. Gonna try and go again. Oh, for fuck's sake. we'll be lucky to make it through. We really will be. That was a scruffy first lap, and with that tyre wear, because we must have scraped the wall somewhere, with that tyre wear there's just no chance of us improving by 4/10 through these four. Oh, we're out. We're out. Damn. Could only find 2/10 through the final corners. Shit. Not what we needed at all. We're out of Q2. So that's it. We're P11. At least we've got more tyres to play with. That's the only good thing. You know, and it was Doohan that denied us as well. Doohan has been quite good in qualifying, to be completely honest. And he has got into the top 10 on a few occasions this season, but not ideal for us. Really not ideal. I mean, Tsunoda's up there in third, and he's a second quicker than us. Almost a second quicker than us. I really want to look at his sector times.
Thanks again.
I mean, his sector 2 is the exact same as his sector 2 on his first lap. But his is a 24.9 to view as 25. So it's not far off. I just don't understand how he's gaining so much time. But we have to accept that, and yeah, move on to the onto the race. And obviously we don't know how the top 10 qualified as well. Hopefully it's not Lando on pole, because that's one more position we need to get up to get him. But we need to finish within 14 points of him, which is I don't even know. I really can't be bothered to do the maths at the moment, but we've got a dry race all the way through. As I said yesterday, it's on approximate, so it could be raining, but I highly doubt it, because it's only 19% chance. There's your final R&D coming into this weekend. Alfa Romeo had a slight improvement, but that's about it now. That's the R&D race done. We still didn't take that penalty, obviously, for the extra power unit, the ICE. So hopefully I don't take it this race, because that will be even worse. We'll see, we'll see. Hopefully we don't have to.
Welcome to Las Vegas, and for Formula One, it's welcome back to Las Vegas. No longer do we race in the Caesars Palace car park. Tonight, the time is right to go racing in the street. Well, tonight we go racing around the bright lights of Las Vegas. 3.8 miles under the Nevada night sky and thousands of neon lights. There are landmarks everywhere you look, punctuating the 17 corners and 2 DRS zones. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Teo Porcher, Tsunoda, Norris, Gasly, Joe, Sainz, Leclerc, Doohan, Edwards, Drugovich, Russell, Novalak, Sargent, Stroll, Halger, Liam Lawson, Yuri Vips, and Nick De Vries. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Anthony Davidson is alongside me, as usual, for today's race. The last few races have been a bit rough for them, unable to get a clean run. That's got to have some effect on their confidence, surely.
Certainly confidence is an important factor. And every time you're involved in an incident, it's not just the car you damage, but that confidence as well. But all the top racing drivers are able to tune that out when the race gets underway and focus on the job at hand.
Right, well, it all comes down to this then, doesn't it? You're still in with a shot at the Drivers' Championship, the biggest prize in this sport. So get out there on track and come back with that trophy.
Right then, so an interesting qualifying it seems. Lando in P5, so he's only 6 places ahead of us, which is really good. Not even on the front row, and he's not got Sainz ahead of him. But that's worse for us, because obviously we've got to try and get through Carlos to get to Lando, and he's his teammate, so he's going to obviously try and defend as much as he can. It's looking like it's a 3-stop in this race. It's quicker than a 2-stop, which is very interesting. There could be safety cars along the way, could be red flags that'll help us out, or maybe even really stuff Lando over. So yeah, we're gonna put it bang on with the fuel, and quite an awkward angle that we're starting at. I've just realised we're facing towards the wall, so I'm scared for what's going to happen, but let's get into it and let's hope for the best. Here we go then, the finale of this career mode, season 10, round 16. Let's get to the 5 red lights. Oh, you fuck. Oh my god. Already guys. I'm so sorry about this. I broke on point, as you can see. And I still ended up going into the back of Sainz. Oh my god, we've got Drugovich on our outside. Where did he come from? Right, so Lando actually he gained 1 position off his start. So, we've only gained 1 position too. We can't let anyone overtake us. Oh my god, what the what is up with the AI today? Oh my life. He moved under braking. You saw that, right? Look at this. He literally moves over under braking. Dickhead. Ah, he's done it again. Oh my god. Guys, this is not going good, is it? This is really not going good. Oh my life. Oh Jesus, that could have been a big crash. We've now lost. We're back down to P11 because we had to avoid both of those cars because Leclerc was being an idiot. Drugovich was being even more of an idiot, sending it down the inside like that. Don't know what he was hoping to get done there, but yeah, we've just got to try and move forward here.
That's a decent start. Good job.
I don't think it is. We had a slow start to begin with, and then the second phase of the start, we just, you know, that's where we gained our pace, but we couldn't make anything of it because of into turn 1. But yeah, straight line speed just isn't our... I mean, we're struggling to catch up to all Williams in a straight line, and that's using ERS slipstream and to squeeze Drogovic out just to make sure that he doesn't come back at us, because we can't have him screwing our race over by keep fighting us where we're meant to be fighting Lando. Championship standings.
As things stand, we're going to be leading the championship.
So, even though Lando's in P4, we will still be ahead of him because of scoring this 1 point. So it's a long race. Let's see how this pans out. We won't make any silly moves, unlike some. Drogovic. Sorry, I had a bit of a cough there. Sainz seems to be going really slowly. I think he's really playing this team game, you know. He's really trying to play this team game. Oh my god, Leclerc. Oh my god. That was a risky move. Why is everyone going for risky moves today? So now we've got the man himself ahead of us. He speeds away down the straight, of course, because we just aren't quick in a straight line. He's coming back at Leclerc, so that's going to hold them up even more if they battle into the corners, which will then hold us up more. But he doesn't. He goes ahead by the corner. Just need to hope that Lando doesn't make any moves ahead of us. Here we go on Leclerc. Maybe on Sainz as well. No, he covers us off. And Leclerc actually goes for the move on Sainz now. The two former teammates really going at it. Sainz is doing a great job for his teammate, but now we've got past him. And we've got the DRS as well, catching up to Leclerc. He moves to the inside to defend. So yeah, we can't get anything done, but we're up into P9 and critically ahead of Carlos Sainz. I'm pretty sure that Lando's battling with our teammate as well, so Tsunoda really playing the team game as well there. He's got back ahead of Lando. Lando's lost a position, we've gained one. This could be the best story for this championship so far. The two teammates of the respective championship protagonists really giving the championship fighters a real good fight. So yeah, it's quite interesting. It's 3 wide up ahead, I'm pretty sure, between, yeah, it is, the Alpine, the Red Bull and the McLaren going 3 wide into the next corner. That can't end well. It's only going to end in tears. It's still 3 wide. Let's see if there's a crash. I can feel it in my remote. I've got this weird thing where I can feel other people's collisions in my remote. It's quite good actually, because I know what's going on. But they've managed to make it through without anyone being out. We're up into 8th place, ahead of Leclerc, and all this battling ahead of us is helping us to catch up. But Lando's got back ahead of Tsunoda, but I'm sure that Tsunoda's not going to go down without a fight, as he's proved so far this season. As here goes the McLaren of Zhou on Pierre Gasly, but he just can't get anything done into this corner. We brake early so we can get a nice corner exit, and we're in the DRS of these 3. I still can't believe that they made it 3 wide going into that corner, and somehow it seems like no one's got damage and no one's out. Like, that's just unbelievable. I would never dream of making it 3 wide into that corner, ever. Jesus Christ! I was full. If you re-look at that, I was fully on the brakes from the point it told me to brake, or even before that actually. And you can see that I was fully braking. Right, here goes Leclerc. We've actually gone quicker than 218 miles per hour. We're going 219. Wow, it's a world record. But Leclerc gets us back on those medium tyres. These softs seems to be really falling off. I don't know if Sainz has damage, because look how far back he is.
Okay, you're in
But
the top
Tsunoda
10.
has got Leclerc back now, Norris back, sorry, up ahead. So this is good for us that we've got a teammate who's willing to hold him back. But yeah, I think that Sainz has damage. But look at that, pushing right over to the other side of the track ahead of us. Zhou and Gasly going into this corner, side by side, and somehow making no contact still. This is a crazy race already. We haven't even had the pit stops, and we're literally a tenth into this race. I think. Are we? No, we're not. Yeah, we are. We're a tenth into this race. While I was figuring out my maths, I've made a little tiny mistake, and that mistake has nearly cost us DRS. It might still cost us DRS with that corner. Don't do maths and drive, kids, because it just doesn't work out. It really doesn't. Our tyre wear isn't actually that much, but the tyres feel like they've already gone off the cliff. Gasly has got back past Guan Yu Zhou. Doohan has got past Sainz behind, so Doohan up into the points for Haas. They're both battling side by side through those corners, though.
The gap to the car ahead is increasing by a few tenths per lap. Get your head down.
You know, shit. Sorry. Oh my god.
Bad, are you alright? Let me know you're okay.
That didn't
Okay,
happen.
so that's a red.
Promise, that didn't happen. What the hell is my throttle doing? Why is it red? What is my throttle doing? Apparently there's a red flag saying on the map. Look at that, that's... oh my life. I had this last season though when I had a red flag. Oh my god. And I had to restart the race. Shit.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please.
I have no clue what's happening. Oh my god, look, it's just made me... I promise you guys, I am not doing that. That is... this game's glitched, that's what it is. For fuck's sake. If I have to restart this race, after all of that, if it makes me lift, oh my god, it's nearly making me spin because it's just like suddenly go, it's like half on the throttle and then I'm actually just putting my fingers all the way down on the trigger. I mean, look at that, it's like... Right, let's try and flash back, see if that fixes anything. See, around that corner it's made me lift. I'm so sorry about this, guys. This isn't going the way that I planned, or the way that I wanted it to, because of a certain few glitches in this game. I am going to have to restart this, because I am not racing with this whole 50 laps. I am not racing with a throttle that keeps on lifting off like that, so we are going to have to restart. I didn't want to restart or use flashbacks, but it's gone completely against what we wanted to do.
And there's still a chance we can win it, so get out there and bring the title home. Come on.
Alright, calm down. I would if my throttle wouldn't do that shit, but it did, so I'm so sorry about this, guys. So sorry, I feel so shit about this. I mean, I know it's not my fault, but... Ooh, very close. Round the outside of 2 cars, almost. For this restart, let's call this a restart, yeah? It's 3 wide behind. That can only end in tears. Okay, it's not 3 wide anymore. Okay, so Lando's still in P5. We are kind of in the same position as what we were before Leclerc overtook us. So yeah, it's kind of resumed position really. Tsunoda's ahead of Lando. Nothing has been really lost. You know, we've got Gasly and Zhou ahead of us. The only thing that's different is the Alpines. Actually, why wasn't Alpine so far back? I'm battling with Zhou and Gasly for 5th place. So Lando is actually up in 3rd and 4th with Tsunoda. Whoops. I mean, everyone's doing the same strat anyway. Oh my god, what is happening behind us? That's not going to end well. That is really not going to end well. Expect the yellows, guys. Expect the yellows. Well, we expected them and fuck all's happened, so... I guess that's alright, but people are making contact. I can feel that in my remote. Wow. How much contact are they making? I don't know if you could hear it as well, but like them hitting into each other or into the barriers, whichever one. I can hear it again. I can feel it in my remote, sorry. Right, but let's try and continue on from here. We'll try not to bin it into the wall, cause a red flag and then flashback, because apparently that glitches the game out and my throttle. So, yeah. I was enjoying that other race as well, I was really enjoying it. Until that happened. They're actually doing 57 laps of Las Vegas today. And a few extra from quali as well, to think about it. But Zhou is going for the move on Norris. Zhou has finally turned up to a race weekend. He's actually doing a mega job. Oh, and Gasly, he defends the middle of the track there. And us with our late braking, with these upgrades, making the brakes worse somehow, managed to get through on the outside. Up ahead, Zhou and Gasly are battling. We do the same to Gasly as what he did to us, in terms of defending the middle of the track, make our car as wide as possible, and we're officially now up into P7. We've got Zhou ahead, and then our championship rival Lando Norris in the Ferrari. There's quite a few battles going on behind us too, I can see on the mini-map. Sorry, I just had to scratch my nose in the middle of a flat out corner. Yeah, a few battles behind. Wish we could view those. But you know, this is not... I am not a professional YouTuber, and this is a live stream, so no editing can be done. That's why you had to see the shit show that went on in the other race. But once again ahead of us, battling into the corner. Norris keeps ahead of Guan Yu Zhou. Of course, McLaren, the team that took Lando to his championship, his first championship last season, and caused him to have that number 1 on the car instead of the number 4. He returned to Ferrari. So it's a weird story actually with what happened with Lando. He had been at McLaren. Like, you know, he started off at McLaren obviously, because that's his natural team in real life. And then he went to Ferrari, stayed there for a lot of seasons, went to McLaren for one season, which was last season, and brought him the championship, and then he's moved back to Ferrari for this season. And while we're talking about that, can I just say, these two have gone side by side for about 5 corners now, and Lando's stayed ahead still somehow, so really putting up a defence masterclass. But now he's got basically 3 cars to defend against, going down the strip straight. So let's see how he fares with that one. Zhou doesn't get the best exit compared to Lando. I think he's just doing enough on the exit, is Mr. Norris. But here we go, in the slipstream of Zhou. Zhou's in the slipstream of Norris. He pulls out to the outside, and now could we go for the move as well on the outside on our championship rival? He goes really late on the brakes there, bumps over the curb. We go around the outside, up the inside for the next corner, drift it through for the third and final of that little sequence, and we're up ahead of our championship rival and into P6. So it's forwards from here. He's got Gasly for company now that he's got to worry about, so hopefully that'll make him think more about behind than ahead of him, so he can try and get away a little bit and at least out of the DRS range. But we've critically got to stay in that 1 second of Zhou. You know, otherwise we're really stuffed, and we're going to fall down to 9th even, because Sainz is getting in on this battle now, and no doubt he's going to go for a audacious move if it's on us, playing the team game. Just making sure that we get a good entry and exit onto the strip straight, because it's crucial, especially with that straight line speed of the Ferrari and the lack of straight line speed that we've got. But here we go, can we make a move on Zhou? He goes defensive there and fully on the brakes and still out braking ourselves. You know, you feel like it's going to slow down for the corner, and then it goes way past the braking point. But here we go to the inside of the final corner, a bit close there, but we've put a car in between ourselves and Lando, which is good. But now we're at threat of 4 cars behind with DRS, while we've got absolutely nothing but ERS. So this can only go bad. But there's only really Zhou that's challenging us. He goes down the inside. We don't want to make contact into that corner, because we all know that could cause a pile-up and a red flag. If there's any contact made, and there is contact made, Zhou goes right into the back of us. Not sure if he's now got damage. I didn't do anything wrong there. I broke just in time. I think he has got damage. I have no clue what he's thinking. He's just literally gone straight into the back of me. But yeah, maybe he's going to have to pit. But it is slowing Lando down. Not sure if he got the DRS there as well. But up ahead, our teammate has been non-stop battling with the Alpine of Porsche. So this could be good for us. If they keep battling, we could be on for a podium for our championship win. As it stands, Norris is past Zhou, and so is Gasly. It looks like Norris has got out of a second of Gasly as well. So this could be a battle between ourselves and our championship rival, which will be very fun, very fitting for a finale. He's within a second of us. But it seems to have calmed down a little bit now. at least, since that contact with Zhou. Which is a shame, because he was actually doing a good job for once. But no, he went into the back of us, nothing that we could do. Got a break for a corner, so...
1 seconds.
Lando right on our tail now. He could get us by the end of the strip straight, since we only top out at 218. Here we go. Tsunoda's got Pourchaire ahead. Here comes Lando. I don't think he's got enough of the straight, even though it's a very big straight. He's just ran out of it by the time he gets up to us. But it's brought him closer, and that's what DRS is meant to do. Bring you closer, so then you can overtake.
You're dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second.
Yep, no shit. Right, we got further than we have before. We haven't got any throttle problems this time, so that's good. Very good. Here comes Lando in his Ferrari. We're going to let him go there.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
So I don't really want to make contact through there. I don't really want him to go into the back of us like Zhou did. Meanwhile, Tsunoda and Porsche ever swapping positions through that sector, or section of the track. Crucially, we stayed within the second and quite close to Lando. Going onto the strip straight. Gets a way better exit than us though. As now about 5/10 away, but we're going to gain that back instantly with the DRS and the ERS. So here we go. Even though we're not that quick, we've still got overspeed on the Ferrari with the DRS luckily. So that's good. I think they're still going at it as well, Porsche and Tsunoda. I think that Tsunoda's just a bit behind. And we've had a change for the lead as well. Verstappen is ahead of Piastri now in the Alpine, so Alpine could take Verstappen could take his first win of the season in that Alpine. It's mad to think that Porsche has got multiple podiums and a couple of wins to his name this season. And Verstappen hasn't. He's only got a couple of podiums really. But at the moment, he is not on course for a win, his first win of the season. He's actually dropped a bit back from Piastri now. So yeah, having a bad few corners then maybe for Verstappen there.
Okay, gap to the car ahead is 3.5 seconds.
Yuki seems to have dropped back from Porsche a little bit there, so there is a tyre difference. There's tyre differences for everyone, to be fair. There's a few guys on the hards, there's a few guys on the mediums, a couple of us on the softs as well. You know, strategy is all to play for this race, and that's what I like about the longer races. But meanwhile behind, Sainz gets past Gasly and he's off into P7. The medium runners now starting to feel their tyres come into play with
Okay,
them.
we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on the softs.
Right then, so lap 12 is obviously our pit window, and it is a 3-stop strategy today. So quite interesting. Could have safety cars, of course, and red flags as we've seen. Go a bit wide into that corner there.
Verstappen's just moved into first place.
And he has. Verstappen has got Piastri back now. So, oh my God! I thought that Lando was going to send it there. I didn't want to make contact. He threw an absolute dummy there, and it fooled me. So, yeah. Making us make a bit of a few mistakes here is Lando. And being on this soft tyre as well, it's going to start really wearing out soon. And he does it again. He's really trying to put us off there, but it hasn't worked out for him. He's just got a worse exit onto the strip straight. So not sure why he did that into that corner. He's only messed up himself, really. He could have maybe got us by the end of this straight if he'd have not done that dummy move. But we've got to watch out for that now. We've got to watch out for it if it's a kind of the boy who cried wolf situation, like he does a few dummies and then he actually sends us into a wall or something, or makes contact with us.
Hey, you're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Let's keep pushing.
And Tsunoda's really fell off the pace now. He is out of a second of Pourchaire. Pourchaire's pulling away. And this is Alpine. This looks like it's Alpine's side of the race. Because Pourchaire's pulling away. Verstappen has finally started challenging for the lead, which he's done successfully. No dummy into that corner then from Lando. Really playing the mind games now, which is mental from an AI to do that. Hopefully he doesn't do it here again, because that was stupid. He's really making us look behind us, that's for sure, rather than focusing on getting the guys ahead. He's gaining, but it's just not enough. I think that we're kind of similar in terms of straight line speed with Ferrari. But of course Lando, our former teammate at Ferrari, when he was there for many seasons.
Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap.
Okay, so the first of our 3 stops will happen at the end of this lap. Tsunoda, I'm assuming that he's staying out for another lap, or maybe he's even just going for the 2-stop strategy. We'll see what happens. If he is going for the 2-stop, then he'll stop on lap 15, but if he's going for the 3-stop, like we are, then he will be stopping in a couple of laps time, maybe next lap. It's not far apart, it's not much of a difference in the strategies, to be fair, but this 3-stop is 2 seconds quicker than a 2-stop, so that's why we went for it. As Lando tries to send it again, tries to really throw us off into that corner. So yeah, it's really on now, it's really on, and we're not even halfway into the race. So yeah, crazy stuff from AI to be doing this. I wonder if Tsunoda's got damage like that. Because he has dropped off massively. I'm not feeling too much of a performance difference in these tyres. Maybe that's the cool track conditions that is Las Vegas. So yeah, maybe it's that. As we come into the pits now. Got to slow down in time. Oh my god, what is wrong with it? I broke... Guys, you've got to look at that. You've got to look back at that. I was fully on the brakes for a while there. Right, we're going to have to try and slow down a bit before now. Like, even more than what we did before. And even then we only just slow down in time.
Okay, off we go, back into the race. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
These fresh softs are going to feel like the grippiest thing that we have experienced for a few laps. We just about get out ahead of Hauger in the Aston Martin. But yeah, already feeling the grip difference, to be fair. We've got the DRS on Stroll, so That's going to help us with our outlap to jump a few people. But notably, Russell was in the top 10 even before our stop. He got ahead of Zhou, of course, with that damage. And Zhou is just up the road. We're going to go for the move on Stroll. We can't be held up for too long.
Nice move, good job.
Was quite a good move, to be fair. Even though there's a tyre difference by about 13 laps. That was quite a nice move. We could see a little battle up ahead between Zhou and Novalak. Novalak not really been the talk of the season since he joined back in F1 midway through this season, so yeah, now's his time to prove himself, but he can't even get past a damaged Zhou. He will probably be in this lap though. Zhou's in this lap, off the mediums. So maybe that damage just getting a bit too much for him. He realises that he's losing more time. Sainz is in off the mediums as well. So I don't know what people are cooking, or, you know, overcooking. But it's certainly a weird strategy to go off the mediums that early. We'll see. We'll see what people do. Someone must have locked up into that corner and gone straight on, because you can see the little tyre mark from where someone's actually locked up, and yeah, I've not seen any yellows, but whether anyone's pit for a front wing because they've hit the barrier or something, but you'd imagine that there'd be a VSC or a safety car to clear up debris. Just continue to push on, try and make the best of these laps. We're going for an aggressive strategy where we've got to push every compound of tyre as much as we can. Right, Tsunoda's in, so I don't know if he's going for the two-stop. I don't know if he's going for the two-stop or the three-stop, because he's kind of pit in the middle of both. So, I don't know, but we have jumped him, or have we? It's going to be side by side. Oh, really close there. He's gone onto another set of softs.
Okay, Yuki is coming in.
We've both got the DRS. He's got more of a slipstream though, and he falls out and he completely loses that advantage. But we're ahead of our teammate. We are net P4? P4. Yeah, that's the one. We are on net P4 as we've got the other Alfa Romeo ahead of us of George Russell, doing a fine job. You know, best of the rest. I don't really want to get this move done. Whoa, that was close to the wall. I don't want to get this move done before the DRS, so I'm gonna let him have that one, but we'll take the DRS off him. Thank you. You know, he's nearly out-dragged us already. But here we go. Through comes Tsunoda as well. Russell's staying with us. Russell is staying with us, and he's not got DRS or anything. That is mental. That is honestly crazy. Can't believe that. Gasly's in now off the hard tyres. He's one of the few drivers that selected those hards. He's gone onto the softs, so he's obviously not going to the end. He's not trying to do an audacious one stop, which I thought that he might have done on those hard tyres. Obviously not. And now, look in the top left, Verstappen only 4.3 away from us, and that's Piastri as well that he's battling with. So they're not far away from us, because we've made that early stop and we've made the most of these tyres while they were fresh. Well, they still are fresh, to be fair. We've caught up a mega amount to the two leading cars. And obviously we've still got Pourchaire to pit off the medium tyres. So we could even jump him, since he was only a tiny bit ahead of Tsunoda when we came in. But we'd have surely demolished that advantage that he had by now. And the same with Tsunoda as well. We're kind of pulling him along. If I'm honest, he's not even faster than us. Look. So it is both of us. It is a Mercedes thing then, I guess, with what's happening for us being not quick in a straight line. So yeah, it's kind of good because we're dragging each other along, so we can jump Pourchaire as much as we can when he does decide to make his stop, because he's still not came in yet, which is a shock, a massive shock. Russell's also stayed out on the mediums, Leclerc as well. I'm guessing that when Leclerc and Russell come in, Pourchaire is also going to not be far off. We're now in the DRS of Leclerc, but nothing done into this corner. Sainz on his new set of medium tyres has got past Russell. So a really difference in like strategy for this race for a few drivers, as we go for the move that we did on Stroll to Leclerc this time, and we get ahead of him at the moment. Thank you. Guess that's my signature move, isn't it? And Leclerc's messed up his corner, which has messed up Tsunoda, so now we get to really get away, going down this straight. There's yellow flags.
Caution,
Who's that for? It's Piastri.
Okay, be aware there's an incident in the next part of the track.
Is it?
Overtaking
Oh my god, it
the
is.
race. Our gap to the car in front is
Piastri, just from the
5.8
lead of the
seconds.
race, is now
Okay, I've got
out. That didn't work well. I was about to say, just before I saw the yellows, Piastri, interestingly, going for the soft tyres as well. So, you know, he was really pulling away from Verstappen, but now he's out of this session, out of the race when he was leading for most of it. So that's an extra position for us. Norris is in and he's only just came out of his pit box. There's Pourchaire, he's on the exit of the pit lane and we're just about ahead of him. Tsunoda hasn't managed to pull ahead of him though, but we're up into an actual P2. Verstappen's on the hard tyres, not sure what he's going to do, whether he's going to go to the end or if he's going to pit for softs near the end of the race, but we'll see what he does. But this is a good position for us. Sainz is well ahead of Norris as well. Norris has really messed up with his strategy, at least for now, in this first phase he has. Our next pit lap is 24, so halfway through this race we will stop for the medium tyres. And oh my god, Pourchaire has gone for the actual move. So what Norris was trying to dummy us, he's actually done, and he's tried it, but it hasn't worked. It's left him a bit vulnerable to Tsunoda, but Pourchaire, in the Alpine, he's got such straight line speed. If you weren't here for the stream yesterday, I was saying, especially in the Alpine, when I was in that team, in this career mode, it topped out about 226 miles per hour. So Alpine have got the upper hand on us. But this is basically a Mercedes and Alpine fight for the top steps of the podium. Obviously it's just Verstappen who's about 5 seconds ahead. But I'm sure that Alpine will win this battle in the constructors against McLaren, as Pourchaire locks up there, and he goes almost straight on into the wall. A bit of contact was made as well due to the late brakes on this car. Pourchaire goes for a dummy move like Lando was doing, but he doesn't actually send it this time like he did at the other corner. We nearly hit the wall there from a bit of understeer in this car. Also notable, Red Bull, I think that's Gasly, has got past Lando Norris, and Porsche goes for it again. He bounces over the curbs. A very late move from Porsche. He's not really a rookie in this career mode, so you'd expect him to have a lot more awareness and a lot more experience in just staying behind until the DRS straight, but he doesn't need to really do that. He's gonna pull ahead of us. Sorry about that. I don't know what just happened, but yeah, where were we? Porsche was getting a move done on us. We've absolutely outbroke ourselves. Right, I need to get used to this again. I've just took the remote out of my hand, so it's out of a comfortable place, so let's get used to this again.
Okay, we've lost a position.
Right,
That's us down a
sorted.
place.
Back in our comfortable place. We've actually got the overspeed on the Alpine, which is a surprise. And we get ahead. Lando setting the fastest lap. He's back ahead of Gasly in the Red Bull. So he's up into P6. But at the moment we will be champion. We're nearly at the halfway stage of this race. And what a race it's been so far. A lot of overtakes, a lot of battling, a lot of strategy difference as well. You know, I can't pinpoint what other people are doing in their strategy because the pit laps are all everywhere. You know, we had a few drivers in early, like ourselves. We had a few drivers in midway between any strategies. We had people on the hards pit early as well, people on the mediums pit early, but then other people on mediums pitting later. You know, this race, it still isn't done. It's still not finished. There's a long way to go still. 31 laps, but nearly 30 left to go. And a lot more overtakes to come, but this won't be one of them. We're a bit far back on Porsche to go for any kind of send or move. Hold on a second, I'm so sorry about this. Back. Told you that there'd be a few distractions going on, but we shouldn't have any more distractions going on now until the end of the race, to be fair. But yeah, there's 4 of us in this battle for P2. Sainz has come up to the back of Tsunoda to get in the battle, and then we've got Lando and Gasly as well, who are also gaining. If you hear any scratching or barking, it's my dog, I'm sorry. We're nearly falling out of the DRS of Porsche, but we've got to remember he is on way fresher mediums than what these softs are as well. Norris has managed to, well, it looks like he's within the DRS. We've lost the DRS to Porsche, so that's going to leave us vulnerable to our teammate Yuki Tsunoda. Hopefully he doesn't go for any kind of move. He shouldn't do. We're about the same speed, as I've topped out at 218 now, so he should have really as well. A little bit sooner than what we did though. But Sainz, he's ever gaining as well on Tsunoda. At least in the DRS zones, that Ferrari having way more straight line speed. Lando setting the fastest lap once more, trying to get those extra championship points, just in case he finishes ahead of us. That 1 point could mean everything in the final stages of this race. If he's ahead of us, and say if he's in, well, I mean, it won't really affect any position, to be fair. Yeah, no, I don't think it will, because it's all a 2-point gap between most of the positions. But anyway, we'll have our first taste of the medium tyres and how they're going to handle in a couple of laps time. We've now fell way out of Porsche's DRS. And Alpine look to be on, well, they're very strong at the moment. They're looking to be on for a 1-2 finish. But yeah, here comes Tsunoda. He's topped out now at 218. We're not far off it, so he shouldn't really get us, to be fair. Unless he goes for a late braking move, but I doubt it. Which he doesn't do. Norris is also caught up to the back of Sainz, so he's flying along his Lando compared to us. But we don't know what tyres he's on, so I didn't really look, but I'm assuming that he's on another set of medium tyres like Sainz is. Seems that every team but Alpine are doing the same strategy as each other. It's always seemed to be Alpine, to be fair, this season, because if you remember to yesterday's stream, Porsche got put onto the hard tyres around Brazil, and yet Verstappen was, oh my god, Sainz has actually gone for this move on us, so really trying to slow us down now. As I was saying, Verstappen got put onto the medium tyres, Porsche got put onto the hards, and it just didn't work for Porsche. So I'm guessing that this time around it's Verstappen's turn to be on the hard tyres and Porsche's turn to be on the mediums, even though it's a longer race. Fucking hell. There's a few corners where I need to start concentrating more, and then we'll be alright. Plus flashbacks, it helps me learn different ways to get a corner done. We were just about within a second of Tsunoda there, but Sainz has the straight line speed. We're going to try and squeeze him up against the wall, but he just ends up getting through anyway. He's not backed off one bit out of the throttle. Is he going to go for a send on Tsunoda? He is. He's gone down the inside. A very late move from him. They're side by side now. Let's see if we can get a switchback done on both of them. We can't, as we have a bit of oversteer. We've now got Lando right behind us, but right behind him is Pierre Gasly. They're still side by side ahead. We pull to the outside. It's 3 wide between our teammate and Carlos Sainz and ourselves. We go off wide at turn 1. Tsunoda goes through. We're ahead of Sainz and its positions resumed as normal. What a battle that was. But it's still not over yet. The Ferraris, as we've seen, are way quicker than us. Norris is now going for the move on Sainz. Round the outside he goes. There's no contact made somehow, but Norris is momentarily ahead of Carlos going into this sphere section. But they're both holding each other up, and this isn't good. Sainz needs to back off because he's just costing his teammate a chance at the championship. But Norris has finally got through, and now he's the car behind us. We have lost our second gap to Tsunoda, but this lap is our pit lap. We're going to be going onto the medium tyres at the end of this lap, get our first taste of them this whole weekend, really, because we never tried them in qualifying, which was our plan. But here comes Lando. He's going to go to the inside. Yes, he is. He's going to go to the inside of us. We're going to back out because we're pitting at the end of this lap anyway. You don't want to lose too much time. And Lando's up into P4. Now chasing after our teammate Tsunoda. He's flying along. But Sainz trying to get our slipstream there a little bit. And what a great few laps that was of battling. That 3 wide moment going across the finish line, that was hectic. I'm surprised that we all made it through that. A nice 2.2 stop.
Fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
But now it's all chilled out. Will we get ahead of Russell? It will be very useful if we did, and we have. So that's good. Very good stuff. If we'd have lost a bit more time fighting with Lando, we would have been behind Russell. That would have been one extra car to try and overtake. So that's why I backed out. Every second counts. Every 10th counts. But now we've got to push these tyres as well to their maximum, because we'll be stopping one more time in this race. We're at the halfway distance now, and everything's starting to heat up a little bit more as we get to the latter stages of this race. Like I've said, it's been an amazing race so far, despite the few flashbacks and the restart that we had to do quite early on. But I'm happy that we haven't had to restart quite far into this race, because that would have annoyed me even more. But yeah, what a race it's been, and I hope you're enjoying it too, everyone who's in the stream. It's very nice of you to all join. If you're new here, please subscribe. I most likely will do a career mode and stream it from season 1 this time on F1 24, whenever I've got time to.
Okay, push, gap to the car behind, 2.1 seconds.
But yeah, make sure to subscribe. I do upload regularly, like clips. If you have a little look on my channel, you can see those type of clips. We do Rec Room. Some clips are nice overtakes from like league races. Some of them are really like just messing around on F1. Mostly trying to make cars fly, to be fair. We also do Roblox clips, so they'll most likely be horror clips on there, and sometimes do Rec Room, as I've said, sometimes GTA, so all sorts really. It's a variety, this channel is, but also the main part is these career mode streams. As I've said, F1 24 I will stream from season 1 of the career mode as soon as I've got time to. I'm a very busy man. This week is my week off work. But interestingly now, Sainz is in the pits off those medium tyres. He'll no doubt be going onto the softs or the hards. He's onto the softs. So he's doing a 3-stop strategy too. As well as what we're doing, just the reverse of it. He's gone medium, medium, soft, soft. But also it's good to point out, Novalak and Russell both actually in the points, like they're on merit in the points. So a very good job from them too. Say I was slagging Novalak off a little bit at the start of this stream in qualifying. He's done quite a good job here in Vegas. He's in the top 10, which is good to see. It's good to see different cars in the top 10, which is what we've kind of missed this season.
Okay, so the car behind's just come in. They're now on the soft tyre. Soft tyres on the car behind.
Okay, so obviously with that radio message, soft tyres are going to be quicker than the mediums, but we have seen other drivers excel on the mediums, to be fair, compared to us on the softs and Tsunoda on the softs. So I don't know. could just be a Mercedes thing. Yeah, as I was saying, Novalak, he's done a great job this weekend at Vegas. Sainz is right behind us, so we've got to look out for him. He could go for dummy moves or actual moves in dumb places, so luckily we're in the DRS to kind of protect us from Sainz. Red Bull have been running a quiet little race, to be fair. They've been doing quite good, keeping on the low, which is what they've been doing all season, to be fair. Just keeping it low in the wrong way in terms of positions. Now they're just staying off the radar, to be fair, but in good positions. But now we've got the DRS. Luckily on Leclerc we've got a lot of DRS as well. Been saving that whole lap as much as we can, so we can get the move done on Leclerc. We can try and stay a bit ahead of Sainz, which we're going to do. We're going to box him in there with the help of Leclerc. Leclerc sends it back down the inside. We're going to go around the outside. Tsunoda is now in for his stop. Oh, and Leclerc there. Bit of oversteer. Nearly binning it into the wall. But that's helped Sainz get through. We've jumped Tsunoda. Of course, he was ahead of us.
Okay, Yuki is coming in for his stop now.
Yeah, no shit. He's already been in for his stop. Yeah, of course he was ahead of us by about a second. We've now managed to jump him, put a couple of cars in between us, and we're into P5 at the moment. Championship standings.
As things stand, we're going to be leading the championship.
Okay, so we're still on for a win, our 7th championship of the season, which is ironic. You know, that'll mean that no one's still beat Hamilton or Schumacher and got up to 8 championships, because it'll cut off after this season completely. So yeah, we'll be up there with the all-time greats though in the virtual world, and yeah, that's as things stand. I know I keep saying it, but a long way left in this race. There may still only be like 21 laps left at the end of this lap, but that's still a long way. There's a reason why there's only 50 laps, and that's because it's a long track. It's quick, but it's long. So yeah, that's why there's such little laps compared to other races, like Monaco, which will have like 78 or something silly like that. Yeah, I'd say we've done quite a good job actually to stay ahead of Carlos here. He's only just about caught back up to us from whatever happened behind. Tsunoda's getting stuck behind Leclerc, but also equally Gasly.
Okay, so the gap to the car ahead,
He's getting stuck behind
15.3
Russell.
seconds.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god.
The car ahead's come in to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres.
That's it, guys. The engine has blown up like it did in the first round, I'm pretty sure it was. So yeah, I just kind of like had a feeling that this would happen. To be completely honest, that was close between Stroll. Why isn't my car pulling over? Like, there's been multiple places that it can pull over. But now we hope and pray that Norris hasn't finished third or higher. Here we go. Oh no, I dread to even look. Retire us then. Oh no. You ready, guys? Oh no, I'm not. I'm not, but I'm going to press X anyway. For fuck's sake. I swear if Lando's won this championship now.
And with that, another year of Formula One draws to a close, and a new World Drivers' Champion is declared. Another entry added to that prestigious list of the sport's most incredible drivers. That's it then, they've taken the win here as we wrap up another fantastic Formula One season. Tell me, Ant, how do they manage to achieve this win?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Welcome then to the podium, our top three drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race. Lando Norris takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
So then, Ferrari have now moved out of sight and out of reach. It's another triumph for the Italian team as they claim the World Constructors' Championship. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So then, not the way I wanted to end off this career mode season, and this whole career mode itself. An Alpine 1-2, Verstappen gets his first win of the season, and his only win. Lando, he just about pipped us. 1 point. And if he didn't have... Did he have the fastest lap? No, he didn't. That got took by George Russell in 8th. So, yeah, well done to him for scoring quite a few points for Alfa Romeo. Lawson also gets his first points of the season, and only points of the season now. Yeah, it's just... That's the way that the game goes, I guess. We can't do anything about that. Even if we restarted, we'd still have a mechanical failure on lap 30. So nothing that we can do about that. Lando is your 2-time champion. We're a 6-time champion. Gasly 1 time, and Tsunoda also 1 time as well. So Ferrari wrap up the drivers and the constructors championship. Alpine succeed in their battle against McLaren due to a non-scoring weekend for them, for McLaren. So very, very weird there. But yeah, those are your results anyway. Ourselves and Piastri, the only ones who DNF'd. A few drivers a lap down. And yeah, your constructors as well. Alfa Romeo winning their battle against Aston Martin. AlphaTauri still scores 0 points, and your only non-scoring drivers this season is Novalak, De Vries and Yuri Vips. we'll have a look at all the season's results, you know, while it's here, just so we can capture something from this career mode, something good. But yeah, that's it now. For that career mode, I'm pretty sure we've lost our rivalry. No, we've won our rivalry with Carlos, somehow, despite that DNF. But that's it. That's it for the career modes. I'll take you through the every season of this career mode and the results of it. When it wants to load. But while it's not loading, I do want to say thank you for joining the stream these past couple of days. I've never seen so many people join the stream and actually want to stay in the stream as well. And okay then, looks like I can't take you through previous seasons. It's completely finished there. We can't even have a look. So yeah, it's completely greyed out. We can't even go into it. So unfortunately, that is it. I don't know why all the team colours are all fucked up, but yeah, that's it for career mode. Thank you again for the support these past couple of days. As I said, please subscribe to my channel. Regular uploads, a majority of you know, videos from different games, including F1, and when F1 24 comes out, just look out for a stream for career mode. It would be amazing if I could get the same amount of support on the F1 24 career mode as what I have done these past couple of days. You know, it's been great, and it's a shame we didn't get to complete the whole of the 100% of this Las Vegas race. You know, all that time in qualifying, all that time to get up to lap 30 as well. It all just goes just in one little moment. But yeah, thank you again, and I will see you in the next stream.